He froze when he saw her. The woman sitting at the corner table wasn't what he expected. Not at all. Her wheelchair gleamed under the restaurant lights, her trembling hands clutching a small bouquet of daisies. For a moment, he thought about turning around, pretending he never came. But then, she looked up, smiled, and whispered, "Thank you for seeing me." That one sentence changed his entire life. Welcome to Hopeful Stories, where we bring real emotions and powerful lessons to life. If you believe love and kindness still exist in this world, take a moment to like this video and subscribe to our channel, Hopeful Stories, because today's story will move your heart like never before. Ethan never believed in blind dates. To him, they were traps for the desperate, people who couldn't find love on their own. But when his sister Mia insisted on setting him up with someone special, he reluctantly agreed. "She's different, Ethan," Mia had said. "She's been through a lot, but she deserves someone kind." Ethan had laughed. He wasn't exactly kind, just busy, career-driven, and tired of fake people. Still, guilt made him agree. The restaurant buzzed with soft music and the clinking of glasses when he walked in, scanning for the face Mia had shown him. A bright smile, long dark hair, sharp suit. But what he saw instead made his heart stumble. At the corner table, a woman sat alone, her wheelchair discreetly tucked beneath the white tablecloth. Her hands rested nervously on her lap, a tiny scar visible near her temple. It was her, Liana. Ethan's stomach twisted. He hadn't expected this. No one told him she was paralyzed. For a brief, shameful second, he thought about leaving. After all, this wasn't what he signed up for, right? But then Liana looked up. Her eyes, gentle brown, full of unspoken strength, met his and she smiled. "You must be Ethan," she said softly, her voice trembling but kind. "I was afraid you wouldn't come." Those words hit him harder than he could admit. He forced a smile, sat down, and said, "Sorry I'm late." "Traffic was crazy." They talked, at first awkwardly. Liana asked about his work, his hobbies, his family. Ethan noticed she listened carefully, never interrupting. When he asked about her, she hesitated, then laughed nervously. "I wasn't always in a chair," she said. "An accident about 2 years ago. I was driving home from a meeting, fell asleep at the wheel. Doctor said I was lucky to live." Lucky. That word echoed in Ethan's head. She said it like she meant it. He tried to hide his discomfort. Every time the waiter came, he caught people glancing at them, at her. He could almost hear their thoughts. "Poor girl. Brave girl. What a pity." And worse, he realized he'd been thinking the same. As the dinner went on, something shifted. Liana began talking about her work, how she'd started her company from a hospital bed, managing everything online. "They call me the Iron CEO, she said with a grin. "But most days I just feel human." Ethan laughed genuinely for the first time that night. The confidence, the humor, the resilience, she wasn't broken at all. She was brilliant. Then came a moment that made his chest tighten. The waiter accidentally spilled water across the table, and Liana instantly reached for her bag to help clean it, only to freeze as her fingers shook uncontrollably. Ethan quickly grabbed a napkin and helped, pretending not to notice her silent frustration. "I hate when my hands don't listen," she whispered. He smiled. "Then I guess I'll listen for both of them." Liana looked up, startled. Then she smiled again. And for the first time all night, he didn't see a wheelchair. He saw courage. That evening, when he walked her out to her car, she said softly, "Thank you for not running away." He blinked, speechless. "Why would I?" "Most people do," she said, turning her head toward him. "They see the chair before they see me." He didn't answer. But as she drove away, he realized something deep inside him had changed. Short intermission for channel plug. If this story has already touched your heart, make sure to like this video and subscribe to Hopeful Stories, because Chapter 2 will show how love can bloom in the most unexpected ways. A week passed. Ethan couldn't stop thinking about Liana. Her smile, her calm strength. It haunted him in a way that felt both painful and comforting. He sent her a message. "Dinner again? My treat?" She replied with a single word. "Sure. This time, he picked a quieter place, by the sea. When she arrived, her hair danced in the wind and her laughter carried softly across the waves. They talked for hours, not about business or pain, but about dreams. Liana confessed that her biggest fear wasn't being paralyzed, it was being invisible. "People see the chair, not the person," she said. "Sometimes I feel like I'm trapped behind glass." Ethan reached across the table, gently touching her hand. "I see you, Liana," he said. "Not the chair, you." For a long time, she just stared at him, tears glimmering in her eyes. "No one's ever said that to me before." From that night on, they began to meet regularly. Every moment drew them closer. Ethan helped her see herself through his eyes, strong, capable, beautiful. And she helped him slow down, to stop chasing success for validation and start living with purpose. Months passed, and one rainy evening, Liana invited him to her office, the headquarters of her company. As he entered, he was stunned. The building buzzed with energy, filled with people who looked at her with respect, not pity. Her assistant whispered, "She's the best boss we've ever had." Ethan watched her command the room with confidence, her voice steady and full of hope. And in that moment, he realized he wasn't there to help her. She had been helping him all along. Later that night, as they stood in the parking lot, rain drizzling softly around them, Ethan looked at her and said, "You know what's funny? I almost didn't show up that first night." She smiled faintly. "I know, I saw the hesitation in your eyes. And yet," he said, stepping closer, "you smiled and said, 'Thank you for seeing me.'" She nodded. "Because you did." He laughed, shaking his head. "No, Liana. You taught me how to." Her eyes softened. "Then maybe we saved each other." They stood there under the rain, two souls who had found light in the most unexpected place. And as Ethan leaned down, their foreheads touched gently. For once, words weren't needed. Love had already spoken. If this story moved you, don't forget to like this video, subscribe to our channel, Hopeful Stories, and share it with someone who still believes in the power of kindness, courage, and love that sees beyond appearances. Because sometimes, the wrong date is the beginning of the right forever.